Tourism stakeholders say they are not against the diversification of the Jamaican economy, but there is room for expansion of the country's tourism product. President of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, Omar Robinson, and a few other major players from the industry discussed some of the challenges being faced by the industry during this COVID-19 era at a recent JIS think tank session. Despite the fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic, tourism stakeholders say the sector remains one of Jamaica's most resilient industry in driving economic growth and development.
Tourism over the last 20 years has proven, with all of the naysayers, that it is the economy that continues to grow. We have a competitive advantage in tourism as a country. It starts with our people, it's our culture, it's a geographic proximity to the main market of North America. It is a natural, God-given beauty of this country.
Yeah. Chairman of the COVID-19 Resilient Corridors, John Biles, agrees with calls to diversify the country's economy. However, he says a collective approach is needed at this time to strengthen Jamaica's tourism product for significant expansion of the industry.
The first place that was hit was tourism. And there was, I would say, the amount of personal time that the team members, the Nicola Madden Greggs, the Omar Robinsons, Wayne Cummings, Adam Stewart, there was a range of people that just came together and worked with one single purpose. And sometimes it's out of a crisis like this that a lot of the differences fall apart, because you see that single purpose that we all are going to get out of this together, and it's only together that we can get out of this.
President of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, Omar Robinson, notes that 50% of Jamaica's foreign exchange earnings come from tourism. He says, as a sector that has interlinkages, the tourism product provides continued opportunities for Jamaicans and the global market.
It's time now for the nation to realize the importance of tourism. 50% of our foreign exchange earnings comes from tourism. We're seeing the dollar slide because of tourism. And of course, we have the 350,000 direct and indirect persons who work here who were at home. Tourism is our gift to the world. And as John said, it's a combination of everything. It's the bowls, it's the food, the culture. It is what we have that makes us special, why everybody wants to come to Jamaica. How do we strengthen it? How do we make it better? But it needs everybody's support and buy-in.
Chief Executive Officer of Chukka Caribbean Adventures, Mark Melville, says tourism is one of the few industries in which Jamaicans can compete globally. He says it's an industry that aids in the realization of Jamaica as a place to live, work, and grow your family.
One of the things that brings hope to people is opportunity and growth for them to better themselves. And there are few industries in this country where you can enter the industry with or without education. And if you are hardworking, committed, and whether you're front of house dealing with the guests or dealing with this massive back engine that runs a tourism organization, you can climb. And I don't know how else to spell success. But if you can't provide a country where your people, in a third world country, which we are, where your people can enter an industry, young and energetic, and climb, which is what hope is. Otherwise, they're all going to get on a plane and the brain drain is going to continue. Right? People want to raise their families here. And I'm telling you, we see this happening every single day. Yes, there will always be persons who work on the front line as a waiter, as a bartender, or as a housekeeper, a room attendant. And guess what happened? Some of them are the best you'll ever see anywhere in the world. And there's nothing wrong with being a great bartender, or a great waiter, or a great housekeeper. Some of them get letters written to them for 20, 30 years. Ask Omar about his hotel. Guests have been coming there for 20, 30 years, and they insist that that person is in their villa, in the bar, and they look forward to them. They send them, they have a communication going on. Not everybody wants to be a rocket scientist, not everybody wants to be a hotel manager, and not everybody wants to be an engineer. But one thing is sure, when people find the passion in their heart for what they want to do, they find that level at which they're comfortable operating for, and that level they hope provides them with a standard of living that can take care of their wives and their families and put a roof over their head. And that Jamaican dream that we're talking about, which the people in our debates, which we saw over the last 3 debates, that Jamaican dream is happening every day in tourism.